Hello and welcome to I'm Chasing Sawdust. Today, kind of get to start over a little bit. Everything's been on pause for the last few days. We loaded some logs that were too big for the trailer and broke them. Had to make a bunch of changes. Broke the trailer. Today, we do have some signs being made. They're over there on the CNC right now. But what I was going to show you is we ended up having to buy a machine to be able to get the logs off the trailer, because I went from cutting just small logs for live edge signs to I made a deal with a guy. He gave me a big tree. I'm going to make him a table in return, and we get the remainder of the wood. The problem was the tree was way too big for the trailer we had it on. It ended up blowing out the tires, bent the axle. So we went over and picked this bad boy up. Skid steer with a grapple. We do have some forks and other buckets out there with it also. But we got the biggest piece of the tree off of the trailer, and I'm going to start cutting it today with the MechMaxx 32. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this top off of it. Right now it's way too big for the 32, and I want to cut it so that the forks are laying down sideways to maximize the width. So I'm going to take this off. We started to cut it with a chainsaw here, and I was like, you know, we can get that onto the sawmill. Be a heck of a lot faster just to cut it off with that in a couple swipes, and then we'll rotate this log over and start taking slabs off of it. So I ain't gonna waste no more time with this. I'm gonna set this here. I've already got the log set up to get the first couple of cuts off of it, and then after that we'll kind of go from there. I am the solo operator, solo cameraman, solo tractor operator. Yeah, pretty much solo everything unless somebody just wants to come over and hang out. So let's fire this bad boy up and see what we can get into here real quick. You hear that MechMaxx purr, baby. You'll also hear it backfire here in a few minutes. Forgot to turn some water on. I'm going to lubricate this blade up a little bit. Color in there already. We're just going to drop down a few more inches, take one more off, and then I'm going to rotate this log. Looks good from here. And there's the MechMaxx backfire. I'll show you something here in just a second. So I got these little straps here, stand up in firewood. But because we make a bunch of cabin signs and decor items, I'll end up taking the bottom off this so that this could sit on a table. We'll round this up a little bit with the grinder, turn this into a sign. So this piece will get kept. And in other exciting news, the giant laser engraving machine we have coming will be here in just a few days. So we got the skid steer just in time to help get that thing in, because they're going to unload it in the street, and that's as far as they'll go with it. So I'm going to shut this down. Hopefully I can rotate this pretty quickly on my own, otherwise I'm going to stop the video and start over. It's one of the benefits of having a beginner manual machine and working solo. But I don't mind one single bit doing this solo, because it's giving me an opportunity to learn quite a bit, not only just about the machine, but also about what I need to be doing. And in other really great news, I sold some wood the other day. Some walnut and some of the oak boards that were full of termites and stuff, which is in one of the other videos. Sold some of that also. So let's hope this thing rotates easily. I probably gonna need to get a bigger one of these, but everything's in due time. And man, I'll tell you, if this thing had roller stops on it, it would be amazing. Because one of the issues right now is the log is just digging in to the stops on the back side. Here in a minute I ain't gonna have a tree left. Here we go. Maybe not. Man, we are so far into that dang stop over here. I gotta be careful what I'm doing, because I don't want to roll this off. The guesstimates are that this log is probably somewhere around the 2,500 pound range. All I know is it's a beast. That machine is supposed to pick up about 2,200 pounds, and it struggled. But this sucker is so wet, like it literally had water running out of it. So, I don't know if that tells you anything. Pretty sure we just landed on top of it again. Yes, I think the next upgrade I do on this, it's definitely going to be some roller stops, because if trying to rotate big logs like this manually with one person, it is not easy when you're fighting against the stops on here. But now I have it past the stops, and we should be able to get it flat on its back now. Or maybe not. So one of the downsides of being your own cameraman, sawer, tractor operator, sign maker, yard maid, is when the camera shuts off, you don't know it. So anyway, I went through the hand rotating of the log, the getting the cuts off, and then turning it again so that it would actually fit in the MechMaxx 32. I had introduced that we did have to go buy this machine in order to get these walnut logs off of the trailer after it got broke. And anyway, I just came over here because I was going to show you guys the color in this log after just taking this top off with where the branch used to be. And then that's when I realized the dang camera wasn't on. So anyway, I'm going to fire this up. I'm not cutting this whole thing today, but I'm going to take a couple of 1.5-inch slabs off of here and maybe a 2-inch one, and I'm going to call it quits for the day. After that, I just want to get something off of here just so I could say that I'd done it, and it's been several days since I had recorded anything being cut on the MechMaxx 32, because we ran into issues. We had to leave state for a couple days, and then when I got back, I had to deal with getting the trailer fixed and figure out how to get this off here. And then I had all of these logs used to sit right here on runners, and I had to remove all those so that I could get in here and get this thing straight from out there onto the mill to be cut. And I still have 3 more pieces of it on the trailer. The good side to all this is I do have the machine now. I got to get busy selling more wood, making more signs, but also the trailer that it's on, I can put heavier wood on it. It's got a winch and everything right on the trailer also. So now I've got a bigger, heavier trailer than what I had before, so hopefully I don't run into issues like this again. But I'm going to sit this down, fire this thing up, and take an 1.5-inch slab off of there. Down there at that end, we're still not even down through the bark yet, but it doesn't matter because we're going to get some great slabs off of the top of this and then work our way on down through it. So let me sit you over here, and then tomorrow we'll come back and we're going to finish this up and hopefully the cedar tree with all the bullets in it. I've got a guy that wants some of those slabs if I can get it to slice with all the bullets still in it. So I'm going to give it a shot. It may cost a blade, but you know, devil hates a coward, right? So that's going to be the next thing to try. We're going to back up here. We'll unlock the old manual locks on the MechMaxx 32. And I really have no complaints about the machine. It is my very first machine. And with that said, it is a manual machine. So, you know, you can expect that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of getting used to. And getting used to is something I've still got to work on quite a bit, because I'm learning more and more about this all the time. I do know I want to get roller stops, because rotating this giant log on my own, it kept wanting to dig into the stops on the backside. So I do want to get roller stops put in for that purpose, and I also want to get roller guides put on for the blade, because I'm told that'll take care of the blade dip that I have going on quite a bit with this machine, especially when it's opened way up. So I want to order those and give that a shot also. But anyway, let's cut some slabs. Okay, so we're having camera difficulty today. I'm using an iPhone and seem to be junk anymore since all these updates. But anyway, I got the big walnut log onto the MechMaxx 32 today. Had to do some cuts on it to make it fit, to get it down to 32 inches. I've taken 3 slabs off of it already. I've got to rotate it over tomorrow. I'm going to flip it and start from the opposite side. I did run into a little bit of an issue. There's like a dip right there. I'm not real sure what caused that, but it's there. Hopefully when I flip it over, I'm not going to have any more issues with it. But it's got a lot of really nice color in the log. You can see the pieces I got cut there. If you look up at the tops of them, that's from where the branch used to go off of the side on it. So that's pretty neat, but they're very colorful slabs, and I've got 8 more off of this tree to cut up. We did have to acquire a skid steer in order to be able to get that off the trailer after the trailer busted. The skid steer picked it up with a strap. The bucket itself wouldn't lift it. Every time we started to get it up, it opened up and dropped it. Guessing the tree was probably in the 2,500 to 3,000 pound range, just going off of pictures and measurements and what ChatGPT said. The tree was full of water. It was literally dripping out of it where we cut the branches off. But all in all, the MechMaxx 32 done pretty good with it, and tomorrow we'll get it rotated and cut the rest of it up.